Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. Glad to have you here. It's always extra special when you are, for sure. Thank you, thank you. Not simply ignored. Well, this is the audio version of the Tao Manifesting Tarot, and as I've said many times before, there's a specific reason for it. It's to improve your imagination. The single most important tool in terms of manifestation. Let me prove the point to you. I'm just going to say one word, and let's see where that goes. It's all about your imagination. One word. Here we go. Apple. Now, were you thinking about the computer company, Apple? And if you were you thinking about the desktop, the laptop, the iPad? What were you thinking about? What did it look like? And now that Apple iMacs come out with colors, were you thinking of a color? Or were you thinking of the fruit? And if you were thinking of the fruit, what kind of apple? What color? Green, yellow, red? Huh? So many choices. One word, apple. And yet you see where your mind and your mind's eye took you. That's the reason I do the audio version. If you are looking at moving pictures on a screen, you surrender your imagination to what you see on the screen. Over a period of time, that makes your imagination weak and not able to really manifest because you're really not getting a good, clear vision. You're not exercising that creative muscle called your imagination. But that one word, apple, look where it took you. And it's different for everybody. All the people right now listening to this tarot reading went to a different place. And yet it was absolutely appropriate to them and for them. And that gives you some insight in terms of interpreting the tarot readings. You are going to see them in your mind's eye from your point of view, from your direction. And that's what I want. I don't want you to get stuck on images that I put up there. These are just guides so that you can exercise your imagination, your willpower, your intuition, and work on your own personal manifesting abilities. That's how powerful this is. So let's begin. We start at the bottom, we go to the top. We start with the middle card at the bottom, end with the middle card on top. And the middle card at the bottom, the oracle card, is regeneration. Take a look at that. Regeneration. I think it looks pretty dead, doesn't it? It looks pretty desolate. It looks like there's nothing absolutely there. Not true. Not true. And this is why you need to see with your mind's eye. Right? All righty. So let's go to the far left here in the bottom row. We talk Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is a very, very important card. It means holding on to what you have. Now, it can be too much, right? I mean, you can get super tight in terms of hanging on to ideas. Or what you can do is hang on to your values. Remember, Pentacles are not just money. Please. If all you're doing is thinking of Pentacles and money, you have missed the boat. Your imagination is dead in the water. Pentacles are the things that are valuable to us. Could be money for some, and that's unfortunate because money, when you stop and think about it, really doesn't buy anything. It doesn't buy happiness, doesn't buy health, doesn't buy love. What does money buy? The things, the little things that we think are so important. And yet we find ourselves empty, much like that tree, regeneration. In fact, just heard a report a little while ago. They've done a study, and it appears that one of the maladies that is hitting the people in the 21st century, even with all our toys and all our electronics, lack of purpose, lack of connection. So all the stuff that money buys isn't worth a damn. And yet we're told they are. So the pentacles are things that you value. Alrighty, love, happiness, health, milk, chocolate, I don't care. They're what you do, and you're hanging on to what are your most important values. Number one on that list should be your self-worth. Let's move on to the next card, and that is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles Talks about patience. Of course, Pentacles talk about patience. They're very, very slow, but very effective. And you can see here, he is looking over his tree or bush of Pentacles, the things that he values. He has cultivated his sense of self-worth. He has cultivated the important values to him. Not what society gave him, not what mass media gave him, but what he cultivated to serve him in his life and his purpose. That's what you're doing. You are in a position right now, and especially with this last solar eclipse, holy moly. Been noticing with people, it really has hit hard and deep, and I think there is a regeneration process going on with that. And it all has to do with these first two cards. It has to do with the things that you value. Pay attention. Make sure you have good, clear set of values, and top of that list is your self-worth. Let's jump over the regeneration card. Let's go to the Seven of Swords. Very often people will refer to as the Seven of Swords as the thief, somebody who's taking something, stealing something, that kind of a thing. And yet the fact of the matter is, not doing anything. Not doing anything. Especially when it comes to manifesting. I don't see him stealing from anybody. What I see him doing is leaving the circus with the truth that fits him. Remember, we've had the first two cards are Pentacle cards, your sense of self-worth, your sense of values, what's important to you. And the Seven of Swords, when it comes to manifesting, is exactly that. Okay, I know what's important to me. I got it all put together. I got clear thinking. I'm going to take what's important, and I'm leaving, walking away from the circus. And the last card on the bottom is the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, we all know, happiness, family, blessings, contentment. That's really, when you take a look at the middle card here on the bottom, regeneration, boy, oh boy, oh boy, it just looks as dead as can be. And yet, you can get over that. You can use that as a basis to build your sense of self-worth, to take the ideas that are important to you, step into a brighter, more positive future. Let's go up top, far left. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says learning new skills, being competent, kind of a teamwork, except that you only see one person there working with their pentacles. And again, it's kind of interesting too when you take a look, and I certainly didn't plan it out this way, when you take a look at all the cards lined up, on the cards on the left, top and bottom, all pentacles. Because the card next to the Three of Pentacles is the Six of Pentacles. Reciprocity, equal give and take. You're being generous with yourself. If you can be generous with yourself, you can be charitable, giving to others. But you have to start with you. If you can't do it to you, you can't love you, you can't like you can't appreciate you can't do that for anybody else. Which is the problem with narcissism. They can't. They don't even like themselves or love themselves or appreciate themselves. Oh yeah, they talk, but they don't. And you see the way they treat the world around them. So I find it fascinating that, again, the bottom row, the first two cards are Pentacles. Top row, first two cards are Pentacles. Self-worth. Your value system is critical in terms of regenerating. Because that card, the regeneration card, looks absolutely dead. And yet it's not. We'll skip the middle card because that'll be the last card in the reading. So we move over into strength. And the idea of strength is very simple. Fortitude. But it's also compassion. Because it takes strength to be compassionate, especially with ourselves. It takes love. It takes patience. And when you see the regeneration card with nothing that looks alive around it, and yet you want to build this Ten of Cups, it's going to take strength to get there. But the basis for all of that are the Four Pentacle cards that we have on the left side of the reading. It's real clear. Your value system is essential. And the final card up top, Four of Wands. Well, the Four of Wands, of course, are 11-11, right? And that, of course, talks about, a stable position, harmony, things balanced, And with the wands, enthusiastic, positivity, enthusiasm. The stuff that you need to add with a good set of values. You put good values and enthusiasm and positivity together, you regenerate. And that's what you're in the midst of doing right now, is regenerating. And this last eclipse has really kicked people in the shinabis. And there is some deep, deep, deep work towards regenerating some part of your life that's critical. But you should know clearly your sense of values and your sense of enthusiasm are what are going to make the difference. And to prove it, we got the final card, the vice versa card, facing forward. And this is the Knight of Wands. Confidence, courage, passion, positivity. Again, you put the 1111 card along with the Knight of Wands. That's really emphasizing the whole idea how important it is to be positive and enthusiastic. With all the Pentacle cards, you need a good sense of values. It's real clear. You want to take that regeneration image and bring life out of it. I know it doesn't look it, but the same thing could be said about your life, my life, anyone's life right now. Right now, it looks like a shambles. Looks deserted, looks empty, looks dead. But it's not. It's not. Your sense of self-worth, your sense of enthusiasm and positivity will get you to that 10 of Cups. We'll do it. We'll turn this dead picture into the 10 of Cups. Life, happiness, joy, connection. You can do this. And you see how powerful your imagination really is. You and I will have a chance to do tarot again tomorrow. I hope you're here with me. I love it when you're here every day. I do a brand new read every day, 365, so I will be here tomorrow. Hopefully you are too. But between now and the next time you and I have a chance to manifest tarot together, peace and blessings.